good afternoon. Join me this afternoon on banks of my local ouse, and I'm on a stretch which is controlled by Ely B Sports and Social. It's commonly known, we call it up the steps, plain and simply because you come up a set of steps to get to the bank. You got the River Lark just to the left where it joins the Great Ouse, so normally this area holds a little bit of colour. It's been overcast most of the day. Miracles on miracles, the sun's just come out, which is what I didn't really want. We have got a little bit of colour in the water, not a massive amount, but I'm going to be staying till dark, so not too bothered. I've put a fair bit of bait out there as soon as I got here, which I'll go into in a minute, but I'll just run through the tackle. Not fishing heavy, 11 foot number 1 feeder, got 5 pound main line, 6 pound shocker, ounce tip, so a nice soft action rod, CS5 4000, 2-inch running link, and I've got a medium 20 gram Preston plug it feeder there. The reason I'm using a plug it is I'm going to put a little bit of worm in, and that just stops it oozing out the holes. I've got a quick change, and I've got a 28-inch 013 N gauge down to a size 16 matrix super match hook. It's not a heavy gauge hook, it's quite a fine wire hook, but it's quite strong as well, so it's going to be perfect. Hopefully catch a few skimmers. Like I say, when I got here I clipped up to the area I wanted to fish, and I've made up around about 16 balls, that sort of size, and I've catapulted them out to that area. So there's a lot of bait out there already, so I'm not in any rush, hence the reason I'm fishing a smaller feeder as well than what I normally use, and we just keep building the swim up. Bait front, as you can see, got the old bait tray there, got some red maggots with a few fluoros, got some casters, got some chop and caster there, I've got corn and dead maggot there, got 1 or 2 change of feeders about, got a couple of window feeders, got a 30 gram plug it just in case the wind gets up with a crosswind, so both of the window feeders are an ounce, got some worm, and the ground bait is what I sort of use for my big fish approach here on the Ouse. It's Bait Tech Omen, bag of that, Bait Tech cold carp sweet fish meal, and I've also added to that a pint of soap micros. So there's a lot, it's a high feed content ground bait, mixes up beautiful together, both the mixes complement each other really well. With the pellet in there, that binds it really well for when I'm catapulting out them balls. Like I say, I've put 16 out, so there's a lot of food gone out there already. Hook lengths, got my hair rigs there, hopefully fish the hair rig worm a bit later on, and I've got plenty more there. Got different patterns, got some SW feeders which are quite a strong hook, I've got super match LWGFs, I've got some N30, Preston N30s and N20s, so I've got a wide variety of hook patterns to be going at. Feeders, drop down, so feeders, got 1 or 2 in there, plug its, a couple of horizon distance feeders, a couple of big dennets, some Nisa flyers there, some more plug its there, a couple of cage feeders as well. My main sort of selection of feeders, mainly Nisa feeders, absolute awesome feeders. Got some Nisa feeders, medium, small, everything up to 2 ounces. I've also got some distance feeders which I tend to use on the river as well, especially if there's a crosswind. Loads of change weights. I've also got some of the Nisa change weights as well. They just clip on the side, so if you need to change a weight when you're out and about, you can just clip it on the side. There you go. So I've got a lot of options to go at there. Like I say, there's a fair bit of bait gone out into the swim already, so I'm just going to probably leave the feeder out there for about 5 minutes just with a pinch of worm in, then every sort of 5 minutes bring it back, keep building the swim up. I'm going to start by fishing the sweet corn. Now I'm targeting, hopefully today, skimmers, hybrids, bream, might be the odd tench bait, you never know. So I'm going to have a go on the corn. So I just hook it through, and have the hook point showing, like so. Now I'll put a tiny pinch of worm, bit of caster. Like I say, I've got this clipped up about 3 parts the way over. Go. Just had a lovely visit as well from one of the Angling Trust voluntary bailiff service gentlemen. Absolute brilliant job that they do, the ladies and gentlemen around the area. It's nice to see an extra presence on the bank other than the regular bailiffs and the EA bailiffs as well. So having that extra presence on the bank and meeting people on the bank, I think, is absolutely brilliant and can only be good for the area. So well done, Scott. Saw Jerry the other day as well, who's been down sort of on London water. And I know Hayley Goldsmith from Bait Tech, she does all round Ipswich. So like I say, it's an absolute great job all you ladies and gentlemen do. So double thumbs up on that score. So here we go. This is first cast. So I'm not expecting a great deal to happen straight away. Got a nice ripple. Hopefully the sun will go back in. And might be able to get 1 or 2 bream later on, you never know. Like I say, it's a decent area to get 1 or 2. It's an area which I like to fish in the winter as well. I've had some tench here in the winter. Sometimes where you sat for like 5 hours, where you're only probably fishing, might be for 1 bite, but that 1 bite is an absolute beautiful fish when you get a 5 or 6 pound tench, especially when it's about -2. So it's a nice area I like to fish. Sat side on, wind's coming from the north, supposed to be swinging round a little bit northeasterly, so it's going to be perfection personified. I think that's what they say. Yeah, so everything set ready. I've got my drink, I've got my sandwiches behind me as well. I've got my bins just in case I need to have a muck around with the hook lengths. The trap is set and the corn is the cheese. Oh, and we just had a little tiny indication then. Oh, and again. So it's a lovely sort of swim. You've got the lark comes in just round the corner past that house. So it's not over wide. Got a rod down there. And I'm fishing round about 3 parts the way over. So not massive distance today. Nice and comfortable. And hopefully get a nice old bend in the rod shortly. So we'll have a few sort of quick casts every 2 or 3 minutes, unless I get a bite like there. It's going to develop. So I'll have 1 or 2 quick casts, get a bit of bait in, then I'll sit it out. Like I say, I've got enough ground bait probably to fill that bowl up maybe 1.5 times. So enough ground bait just for that small feeder. Just keep constantly getting the flow of bait in what's already there. We might entice 1 or 2 fish to have a feed as the session progresses. So we will get a head down, start introducing a little bit of bait. piece of corn on, and hopefully start getting 1 or 2 fish. So be here till, hopefully be here till just before it gets dark. Got a head torch just in case. It's only about 5 minutes to get home from here, which is handy. We'll check in with you in a bit and hopefully might have 1 or 2 fish to report. First fish of the session. Not a big fish. Lovely slow pull round. That's what they call one of them silver bream. Big eye, reddish sort of fins. Lovely start on the sweet corn as well. So I haven't actually been able to get many fish on the corn, which is quite rare really for the ouse sort of this time of the year, start of the season. You know, normally if you're getting bitted out and whatever on maggot and castor and worm, you normally put a bit of corn on. But yeah, that's only about the 3rd fish I've caught on the corn this season. So hopefully we get 1 or 2 more now. Direct to the boat there. The old skimmer. Fish there. Just swap from corn to treble dead maggot. And that beauty. Hey! And that beauty straight away. Lovely fish. A flying fish. It's had a couple of silver bream on corn. I had a small little skimmer. I had 1 or 2 liners. Just gone over to that dead maggot, and so just had that one straight away. So hopefully that'll be the way forward for starters. See what we can do. Have a go. Fish on the corn. Not massive. Nice fish nonetheless. The old silver bream. Nice silver bream. Or pommy as they get called. Got 1 or 2 bites on the old corn where the tips just slowly pulled round, picked it up, nothing. So hopefully got 1 or 2 fish in the area now. Pinch a worm ready on the old ground bait. Hopefully this cloud cover might sort of come back, but so it's going to be a clear evening. Bite there. A lot of indications now, so hopefully as the session draws on and the evening starts to come in, might get 1 or 2 bream show up. Here's hoping anyway. Got about 16 foot of water. They don't like saying hello to the camera today. There we go, quickly, lovely bream. Big skimmer, just about on the turn. Get him in the net. Well, the old 6 o'clock update. I've had a few big skimmers. I've had some of those silver bream, a few smaller skimmers, a couple of roach. I've had a few liners. I've had 1 fish that's been taken by a zander, which I lost just out in front of me and got bitten off. And I've also lost a big bream in them pads over there. Them snotty pads over there, the fish is kited all the way across and come right at the back of them pads there. It's come up to the top and it's a big old dark brown fish, almost black, and then it's dived under them pads there and the hook's pulled out. These things happen. Shows us 1 or 2 fish out there. Like I say, I've been getting liners. I came off the maggot and went on the corn because I was getting little jag bites all the time. So sort of sat on the corn now. I'll probably swap over to the worm in a minute just to see what happens. If you're still getting attacked by small fish, then I'll stay on the corn. Like I say, it's Not getting a massive amount of fish at the moment, but the corn is keeping them small fish at bay. Still getting the odd liner, so I know there's fish out there. So very optimistic, might be 1 or 2 bream gracing the bank just yet. There's a liner there. Absolute slow pull round, just as if it was a bream. There's a liner. So it's definitely fish in the swim. So I might put a bit bigger feeder on, get a bit more bait out, and go from there. We will see. Well, we're in the old latter part of the session now, and I've got to say, it's a good job I'm wearing my hat, because I think I might have pulled my hair out. I've had so many liners, it's been unreal. I've dropped shorter and still had liners. Sometimes the rod's pulled round, stayed there, dropped back a bit and pulled round even more, picked up, nothing. Sweet corn's not been touched. Put a maggot on, you just get small fish. Put castor on, the same. I've got a worm on now. And you know, you're picking up the odd small fish. I've been piped off a couple of times. There we go, big bit of worm. Got a little pommy there. I'm actually going to leave that half bit of worm on. So we're getting loads and loads of bites. Sort of had this before this time of the year. We get loads and loads of bites, and round about sort of 9:30, all these small fish disappear and the bigger fish turn up. So I've lost 1 bream earlier on in the session, down in all them pads. That tip's just going mad now. There you go, I don't know whether you can see it, but not got any sort of hardly any tension on that tip, just tighten it up a bit. They are, it's going absolutely mental. Come on! And you would not believe, but that fish is not on. And this is what's been happening all the time. Crazy. I've gone hair-rig worm, hair-rig corn, like I say, maggot, castor. It just doesn't seem to matter. They're absolutely massacring the bait. Liners, I've come back with slime up the line, like I say, dropped it shorter, longer, short hook lengths, long hook lengths. It's just been one of them sessions that sort of drives you mad. But the evenings to come, like I say, I'm not going to be staying all night. That's on the bottom now, that's going up, that's going round all the time. Ah! I mean, I haven't even changed that worm since when I had that fish, and it's just going round all the time. Like I say, every now and again you pick it up, you get a fish. See if you can just see that again. You know, so we're on the bottom. Look at that tip going. There must be so many fish out there. Like I say, it's enough to pull your hair out a little bit, to be fair. But like I say, that's fishing. That's why we do it. Like I say, it's starting to get a little bit later now. So I'm going to get the gear together a little bit, put back in the car what I don't need. And just keep out the sort of bare essentials. Not going to stop till dark. Probably stop till about 9:30, 10:15. Just see if we can get a bream. There's enough food out there for them anyway. And like I say, that's been on the bottom now, what, 10 seconds, and the tip's just constant, absolutely constant. I mean, I've even fished with a slack tip, wait for that tip, you know, the line to tighten, tip to pull round. Got that one. Hopefully you missed a pike in about again. So when you get them, they're sort of half decent fish, you know. So they're chunky fish. So there we go. Fish to finish the filming on. Lovely, whether they're hybrid or a pommy, but there you go. Lovely fish. Steve signing off. So I hope you have a few fish if you've been out. I'll catch you next time on the bank. Oosh! And that is going to be my last fish of the evening. Good night all. Oosh.